What's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Mel. If you're new around here, thanks for stopping by. I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur. I do a lot of things, but whatever I do them sustainably. Okay, so today's video, I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. I'll kind of tell you the history of why. So the story behind it is when I think I was like a year into my business, Chamberlain, I had a very questionable employee, intern more so. She had come to me and she said that she just wanted to learn more about organizing and she was interested in, potentially having a career as a personal organizer. And, things were going well in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, I literally I see that I had gotten a review on our Facebook page, and it was a terrible, terrible review. I don't remember exactly what it said, and I don't know what happened. I think with all the changes that Facebook/Meta has been going through, the review is not even on there anymore, thank goodness. But it was just a really bad review, and so I kind of freaked out because at that point I think we only had one or two other reviews on our page, and we were a brand new business, so that could really, really potentially hurt the business, people seeing that. And so I had responded, you haven't actually used our services, you're not a client of ours. And I think, no, there was two women who left reviews, and one of them, I was able to message her directly and just be like, hey, I'm the owner of the business. What is the problem? You're not even clients of ours. What's going on? And what she revealed to me, that the woman who was working for me was in some sort of chat situation or a Facebook group or something, and she was using derogatory comments about the LGBTQ community. And I had no idea. I didn't even know she was in this group. I don't even know what group it is or was or whatever. And it just shocked me. And I was like, oh my God. So that woman, I was able to explain the situation. I'm gonna talk to her immediately. I have no, she was under, she was saying it was due to her religious beliefs, I guess, these comments. And, I'm not affiliated with that. So I was trying to explain to this woman, I have no affiliation with this chick. And I mean, other than she being my employee, but I have no affiliation with that religious background or anything like that. And I certainly don't have, negative things to say about the LGBTQ community. And so she removed it, but the other one was still on there, and she just ignored my messages completely. So I wasn't able to get her to remove it. But yeah, at the time it was kind of devastating. I was also in a really bad mental place. So it was kind of extra horrible on top of everything else. Really bad timing, to be honest, but it's never a good thing to hear that your business got a bad review. So, but anywho, okay, so this one is from a man called Scott in Manhattan from 2014, which is around the year that I started my business. So Clapbacks. Walked in at 10:20 a.m. for a bacon, egg, and cheese. I was told they were done serving breakfast. Seems strange not to serve breakfast at breakfast. I kindly brought it up and was told not to come back. Horrible customer service. Don't worry, I won't come back. And then Umberto from the restaurant comments back, if I remember correctly, you were not kind at all. You can leave it at that. Regardless, our policy, which is on display, is that breakfast stops at 10 a.m. And I'm not worried, because if you came back, I kick you out again. Okay, the service was good. The food wasn't good, the lobster. We had a reservation at 1900 hours, and we came a little late, and our table was given away after 10 minutes, although there were plenty of empty tables. The manager responds, if you came late and your table was given away, how did you manage to eat the lobster that we don't sell? Had a carrot starter dish that must have had an entire pot of salt in it and was inedible. Second visit had a kale salad, which was a plate of dry kale with nothing else. Not a nice experience, very disappointed. The owner replies, "Hello, we are sorry to hear you did not enjoy your visit. We will point out that both food dishes you describe do not resemble anything currently or historically on our menu. Thank you, De Niro." We walked inside this place twice. Once when it was a sushi bar, then again after it pathetically pivoted to meet the poke fad, and it stunk on both visits. The door was too spring-loaded on our return, but we were offered water while we, the only customers, awaited our pickup order, and the food was at least mediocre for the standard $11 plus tax. The chisai bowl, make it over rice, $11. Thanks so much for your feedback. We certainly value our customers' responses as it helps us make the necessary adjustments to stay a viable business. We have a strict company policy to never engage on Yelp. However, after reading your review, we had an internal conversation and decided to respond. We were taken aback by your use of the word pathetically in your comments about us pivoting our business model. Since we shifted our focus from sushi rolls to poke bowls, we have been able to generate 6 full-time jobs for members of the Crown Heights community. While that might not sound like a lot to some, we are very proud of the positive impact we've been able to make as small business owners. In fact, when you mention the word pathetically, we can't help but visualize you sitting in front of your computer or phone crafting over 7,500 Yelp reviews. We did some quick math, and based on an average review time of 8 minutes, could be conservative, you have spent around 1,000 hours writing reviews that no one but yourself and the small business owners you critique will read. That's nearly 6 months of a full-time, 40 hours per week job writing reviews that you are not being compensated for or improving to any sort of skill set. Our suggestion to you is to get away from this dark rabbit hole you have jumped down. Just think about the fact that you have spent nearly 6 months adding zero value to your career. Start putting the same effort and focus on a craft or skill set that will get you away from your social networking and start working towards career goals that will bring you happiness and fulfillment. Best, Shazai. That's how you pronounce it. Sat at the bar with my friend tonight for an hour and she never got served. Bartender was rude. Response from the owner. Your friend was intoxicated to the point of falling down. She was cut off. It would have been illegal to serve her. If she needs help, seek help. And then they left the website for AA. Horrible experience. Went for my anniversary. My wife's food had hair in it. They didn't take it off the bill, nor did the manager apologize. I would never recommend this place to anyone. And then the restaurant responds, anniversary, question mark, question mark, question mark, wife, question mark, question mark, question mark. But, and then they address his name. Your profile says that you are single. Oh, but there's more. My relationship life doesn't revolve around my Facebook status, the customer replied. And then the restaurant says, really? Ants crawling around everywhere. Even when we moved tables, did not enjoy the meal. Asked for medium steak for it to come completely rare. We left quickly and I would never go back. Dear Miss Knightley, thank you for your review. We regret you had a bad experience in our restaurant. Having a garden and an outdoor dining space, it is normal that at this time of the year, some little ants make their way into the restaurant. We can guarantee you we don't have an ant infestation. As for your review, your request to change tables was accommodated by our maitre d'. We wish you had also made it known to the maitre d' that the food was not to your liking, and we would have looked for a solution on the spot. We are also sorry that you lost your sunglasses and then demanded that we pay for them, and also accused our stewarding cleaning lady of having stolen them, which is what this review is really about. Once again, we offered to call the police to solve the problem, and also we offered you a dinner for 2 as a token of appreciation for you being our customers. You denied, as what you really wanted was the 150 euros. This is a business with over 30 years of operation where we value our customers. We offer value, product quality for money, and aim to provide the best dining experience possible to whoever visits us. We hope you have a better experience elsewhere in the Algarve. Best regards. Terrible service, very condescending, cakes were dry and unpalatable. Coffee was cold, do not recommend this place. The owner says, hey Gabe, we thought you might write a bad review, but when your partner takes a cupcake off the wall, removes the topper, licks it, then places the licked topper back on the wall, we had to ask him to bring his licked topper and now dirty wall case to the front counter so that we could throw it out for him. We like to keep our store clean and hate it if one of our other customers went to pick up that cupcake case and got a handful of your partner's licked topper. Pretty awkward encounter for everyone involved, really. Really great food, really grumpy service, not family friendly. The restaurant was empty on a busy Friday night at 6:30. I think the owner should be more concerned about personal grooming and cleanliness of the restaurant than my children who weren't bothering anyone. And then the response from the owner is, we apologize that we do not allow our dining room to be used as a playground. When kids are running around tables and screaming, we kind of have to put a stop to it when the parents ignore it so they can have grown-up conversation. We want all of our guests to have an enjoyable experience. We do offer all of our selections for carryout. Perhaps next time you come in on a Taco Tuesday, not a Friday night at 6:30 like you edited your review to show, we can make your food to go. The worst restaurant in Miami. Overpriced food and low quality. For tandoori dishes, they use red or orange colorant. Merc 65 is disgusting chicken under the bunch of Chinese style sauce. Masala chai is just regular black tea with milk. Not authentic. Save your health and money. And then the owner responds, you were recently fired from job for poor service and a lot of complaints from our guests. Just 1 star and bad. And then the owner says, it is unfortunate that you have posted such a terrible review given that you have never eaten at our restaurant. You are our neighbor at Paris Jeweler. By the way, nice 5-star review you gave yourself. The shade. I live for the shade on this one though. This is awesome. Alrighty, I'll get into my comments and opinions. I think they could have, my edit would just be, if I remember correctly, you were not kind at all. We can leave it at that. Regardless, our policy, which was on display, is that breakfast stops at 10 a.m. And then just something nice, kill them with kindness, as they say. I don't think you should ever, as a business, respond with multiple question marks or multiple exclamation points. Even if it's something positive, if somebody left a really good review and you were like, thank you, and it had 2 or 3 or more exclamation points, I just think it looks not professional. I think this one is good. This one works. My only note would just be cleaning up the layout, the format. It's I don't know. I think they probably did it the correct way, and then just because of how this, I don't know if this is Google or if this is on Yelp, but yeah, it just looks kind of strange. So honestly, I was really on board with everything until that last little paragraph. I think if we just left that out, it would be fine. Once you start insulting the client or the customer, it's just not cute. It's not a good look. And I know they say the customer is always right. Obviously that's not true, but they don't need to know that. They need to think that they're right. So yeah, I just think that last part, let's just a red X that, cross that off. Oh, this one was just so mean. I'm not saying it's not accurate, but yeah, I just don't think that you should call somebody out for their alcoholism in a Yelp review. Especially if you're a business, that's just not good. This one is completely inappropriate, just so inappropriate. My response is pretty much always, I'm so sorry that you did not have a pleasant experience. However, or honestly, like this one, I just probably wouldn't even reply, because if people really want to look, I do this. I'll look at people, if they leave a 1-star review, I'll look at their profile as a consumer. I'll look at the customer's profile and just be like, okay, do they only write negative reviews? Are there any positive reviews? Are they trolls? Are they just sad and lonely and have nothing better to do with their lives? Yeah, I just wouldn't have replied to this, because I think the customer could kind of just figure it out for them, like a new customer that has never been there before and is like looking for reviews. I think they could kind of figure it out on their own that this guy is full of shit. I thought it's a little lengthy. I don't know if it's just like the formatting of, it's like all down like this long paragraph, so it just looks like a lot. But I think that, they address everything. They give an explanation. They didn't insult the customer. This one is approved. This one's okay. What, Aubrey? What do you need, my little bear? Oh, Aubrey's getting restless. She thinks it's time for playtime. Sponsor me. I think that this one's good. I would cross out the sentence, "We thought you might write a bad review." Other than that, I think it's okay to have a little bit of wit, to have a little bit of sass, but keep it classy, of course. The last sentence when they're like, "A pretty awkward encounter for everyone involved," really. Like, that's cute to me. Like, I think that's funny, and I think customers reading this review could be like, okay, they have a sense of humor. And that actually might serve better for you, that you do have a sense of humor. Yeah, that. Ooh, this one is a good one, and I threw this in there because, there's probably gonna be some people who, on either side, they complain that there's children, other people's children that were being loud in the restaurant or loud in the establishment, and they're just running around while, the parents were talking or whatever. And then there's, the side of the parent that's like, oh, like this place wasn't family friendly. They didn't have any toys or any kids menus or like things like that. And I think as a business owner, it's important to be very transparent. And I think that's what Yelp is for. And, making sure that things like that are like blatantly obvious on your Yelp, on your Google, on your Facebook pages, like things like that, because it's gonna say, there's literally like things on there that's like, is this kid friendly? Is this family friendly? Like blah, 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 blah. And if it's not checked on there and everything else seems to be like, everything's properly filled out, you have the address and the hours of operation, and you have, every like phone number, like everything's up to date. And it's like, then you can kind of put in there like, well, this is a bar, or 21 plus club, like you shouldn't have your 5-year-old like in the club. And yeah, it's just about transparency. And then when you do leave the review, still kill them with kindness. But yeah, I think they handled it well. Like this one, I approve. This one, it's short and sweet. What can you say? Like, bro, you were fired, or sis, like, I don't know, either one. But hey, person, like, you were fired. You're an employee who like no longer works here. Leave them on read, like whatever. This one, it's not even like a review like from a customer. It's like, and it's not even a competitor. It's a neighbor. It's like a business neighbor. So honestly, like this one doesn't even, it's different. I think if you don't want to start like a tweeting war or anything like that with like another business like that, unless it's like your press move. But I don't know, again, like this one I probably would have just left on red and like skipped it. Like, who cares?
So I'm just going to share a few tips on how to respectfully clap back when you get a negative review online. The first one is diffuse their anger by always being polite. It's kind of disarming when they're coming in hot and you're just like really calm energy. Don't be condescending, but just be really nice, polite, like keep to that, and it'll help diffuse the situation. Even if the customer's in the wrong, say something like, I apologize for your experience if it was anything less than satisfactory, but I wouldn't just let the client walk all over me. Perhaps there was some miscommunication on both ends. I think it's okay to be a little cheeky, have a little fun with it, have a sense of humor, especially for something that's like an over-the-top, ridiculous comment. So that's it for today's video. I want to hear from you guys. What are some of the funniest Clapback Yelp reviews or online reviews from the business owner that you've seen? Slide in my DMs on Instagram. Follow me at Mel Hartley. They keep me amused for several hours at a time. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.